Welcome to our show. Offered by the people. You are the guest, you are the host, you are the sponsor. Don't go. We're gonna have a great, amazing show that you do not wanna miss. Offered by the people, you are the guest, you are the host, you are the sponsor. We're gonna continue reading Think and Grow Rich as we have been doing lately. Think and Grow Rich because who doesn't? Who doesn't wanna think and grow rich? Don't go. We're gonna continue to read through the pages of this great book, which gives us the wisdom, the intelligence, and stimulates our neurons in a way which will lead us to think and grow rich. Without further ado, let us go right into it. Think and grow rich. Let us continue reading where we left off. There we go. It is people who believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force over which they believe they have no control. They are the creators of their own misfortunes because of this negative belief, which is picked up by the subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent. This is the appropriate place at which to suggest, or which we can suggest again, that you may benefit by passing on to your subconscious mind any desire which you wish translated into its physical or monetary equivalent in a state of expectancy or belief that the transmutation will actually take place. You must believe it before it takes place. You must believe that whatever you are thinking of, whatever it is that you have in mind and you want to attract as a reality in the universe, you must believe that it can be done. The transmutation will actually take place. Your belief or faith is the element which determines the action of your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is put into action, is put into work by how much you believe. So if you don't really believe it, the subconscious has no power. But if you do believe it, then the subconscious has unlimited power. Let us continue to read. The determined reaction of your subconscious. There is nothing to hinder you from deceiving your subconscious mind when given instructions through auto-suggestion. As I deceive my son's subconscious mind, to make this deceit more realistic, conduct yourself just as you would if you were already in possession of the material thing which you are demanding. Act as if you already had it. Behave as if you already had it. When you call upon your subconscious mind, the subconscious mind will transmute into its physical equivalent by the most direct and practical media available. Any order which is given to it in a state of belief or faith that the order will be carried out. Surely enough has been stated to give a starting point from which one may, to experiment and practice, acquire the ability to mix faith with any order given to the subconscious mind. Perfection will come through practice. It cannot come by merely reading instructions. Perfection of the use of this ability techniques can only come through practice. The reading is the guide, is the map, is the how-to, but practice is the workout, the exercise. So you must practice everything that you learn through this. Because the reading alone cannot do it. We must go practice. Let us continue reading. Perfection will come to practice. It cannot come by merely reading instructions. If it be true that one may become a criminal by association with crime, and this is a known fact, it is equally true that one may develop faith by voluntarily suggesting to the subconscious mind that one has faith. Suggest to your subconscious mind. One has faith. The mind comes finally to take on the nature of the influences which dominated. The mind, listen to this. The mind comes finally to take on the nature of the influences which dominated. Understand this. And a little cut. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced by other suggestion. All down the ages, the religionists have admonished struggling humanity to have faith. Have faith. Have faith. To have faith in this, that, or the other dogma or creed, but they have failed to tell people how to have faith. How can you have faith? They have not stated that faith is a state of mind and that it may be induced by self-suggestion. In language which any normal human being can understand, we will describe all that is known about the principle through which faith may be developed. Where it does not already exist. How can we develop faith? How can we develop faith? Have faith in yourself, faith in the infinite. Before we begin, you should be reminded again that faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. The foregoing sentence is worth reading a second time, a third time, and a fourth time. Let us read it again. Let's read it one more time. It goes like this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Just like this. Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. What gives life, power, and action to thought is faith. It is worth reading aloud, and we just did. Let's keep reading. Faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. Faith is the basis of all miracles and all mysteries which cannot be analyzed by the rules of science. Faith is the only known antidote for failure. Faith is the element, the chemical which, when mixed with prayer, gives one direct communication with infinite intelligence, aka God. Faith is the element which transforms the ordinary vibration of thought created by the finite mind of man into a spiritual equivalent. Thought to a spiritual faith. Faith is the only agency through which the cosmic force of infinite intelligence can be harnessed and used by men. Every one of the foregoing statements is capable of proof. We have proof. It's capable of proof. The proof is simple. The proof is simple and easily demonstrated. It is wrapped up in the principle of auto-suggestion. Let us center our attention, therefore, upon the subject of self-suggestion and find out what it is and what it is capable of achieving. It is a well-known. Every man is what he is because of dominating thoughts. It's a well-known fact, I believe. We have a little cut, but every man is what he is because of the dominating thoughts which he permits to occupy his mind. You become what you think. Your dominating thoughts, what you think of all the time. You become that. I become that. As a cementing cat to his heart, so is he. You become your dominating thoughts. Let's keep reading. Which he permits to occupy his mind. Thoughts which a man deliberately places in his own mind and encourages with sympathy, and with which he mixes any one or more of the emotions, constitute the motivating forces. The motivating forces which direct and control his every movement, act, and deed. Comes now a very significant statement of truth. Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings of emotions constitute a magnetic force which attracts from the vibrations of the ether other similar or related thoughts. Thoughts attract other thoughts which are similar to those which originated or attracted them to begin with. Thoughts attract other thoughts which are similar to them. So if you're thinking good thoughts, you might attract other good thoughts which are similar to those which you are thinking of. Or any bad, negative, positive, whatever type of thought, the thought which you are having has the power to attract other thoughts very like that one thought, similar, the same nature. Thoughts attract other similar thoughts. Let us keep reading. Let's see. A thought thus magnetized with emotion may be compared to a seed which, when planted in fertile soil, germinates, grows, and multiplies itself over and over again until that which was originally one small seed becomes countless millions of seeds of the same brand. So thoughts are like seeds, which grow and then produce plants, give more seeds. That there is a great cosmic mass of eternal forces of vibration. It is made up of both destructive vibrations and constructive vibrations. It carries at all times vibrations of fear, poverty, disease, failure, mystery, and vibrations of prosperity, health, success, and happiness, just as surely as it carries the sound of hundreds of orchestrations of music and hundreds of human voices, all of which maintain their own individuality and means of identification through the medium of radio. From the great storehouse of the ether, the human mind is constantly attracting vibrations. The human mind is constantly attracting vibrations which harmonize with that which dominates the human mind. Human mind attracting vibrations all the time. Okay, dominate the human mind. Any thought, idea, plan, or purpose which one holds in one's mind attracts from the vibrations of the ether a host of its relatives, as this relatives to its own force, and grows until it becomes the dominating, motivating master of the individual in whose mind it has been housed. Now let us go back to the starting point and become informed as to how the original seed of an idea, plan, or purpose may be planted in the mind. The information is easily conveyed. Any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of cut. Basically, your ideas are placed in your subconscious through repetition. The more you repeat, the deeper they are planted. And the deeper they are planted, the more they grow. And the more they grow, the more seeds they produce. When they get taller, and it's a plant that produces the seed, whether it be good thoughts or negative thoughts. You choose. Let's continue to read. Let us continue reading. Like you will discover that your greatest weakness is lack of self-confidence. Lack of self-confidence, greatest weakness. I think that would apply for everyone, right? Lack of self-confidence could be the greatest weakness. Lack of self-confidence could be the greatest weakness. Don't let lack of self-confidence. Do not let lack of self-confidence become your greatest weakness, because you don't want that. I don't want that. Let's keep reading. This handicap can be surmounted, and timidity translated into courage through the aid of the principle of auto-suggestion. The application of this principle may be made through a simple arrangement of positive thought impulses stated in writing, memorized, and repeated until they become a part of the working equipment of the subconscious faculty of your mind. So basically, think of it, review it, let it be in your mind all the time, over and over and over again, until it's all your mind knows, until it's the way your mind thinks, until it's your way of being yourself, until it becomes yourself. Let's continue reading. Memorize, repeat until you become part of working equipment of the subconscious faculty of your mind. Self-confidence formula first. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action everything that it takes, all the action that it will require for me to reach that point in which I can achieve what I want. I am gonna do it. I'll do it. I will definitely do it. Let us keep reading. Let us keep reading. Do whatever it takes. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually produce themselves. I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Think of that person you want to become until your mind has a very sharp, clear image of who that person is. Third, I know through the principle of auto-suggestion that any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Everyday practice. Become who you want to be. Become self-confident. Become self-confident. Become who you want to be. Become self-confident. Let's keep reading. Let us keep reading. Let's keep reading. Okay. I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life. What is it that you want? And I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Till you are sufficiently self-confident, you will stop. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects, I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. Envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. A negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. What is the benefit? What is the benefit, or what do you accomplish by having a negative attitude of other people? Nothing. Negative attitude towards other people does not bring guarantee or get you close to success in no way, form, or manner. Let's continue reading. I will cause others to believe in me, because I will believe in them and in myself. Believe in yourself and in others. I will sign my name to this formula, committed to memory, and repeat it out loud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self-reliant, successful person. So if you are doing it but you don't think of it enough, if you try to do it but in the back of your mind you're thinking it's not gonna work, then it's not gonna work. But if you do it with intention and believe that it will work, then it will work. If you believe that it will work, then it will work. Let us continue to read. Let us continue to read. Okay. Become a reliant, successful person. Back of this formula is a law of nature which no man has yet been able to explain quite literally. So this is a philosophy. I'm not saying this is science, but there's something out there in nature which seems to work with this mechanics. It has baffled scientists of all ages. The psychologists have named this law autosuggestion and let it go at that. The name by which one calls this law is of little importance. The important fact about it is it works for the glory and success of mankind if it is used constructively. On the other hand, if used destructively, it will destroy it just as readily. In this statement may be found a very significant truth, namely that those who go down in defeat and end their lives in poverty, misery, and distress do so because of negative application of the principle of autosuggestion. The cause may be found in the fact that all impulses of thought have a tendency to clothe themselves in their physical equivalent. The subconscious mind, the chemical laboratory in which all thought impulses are combined and made ready for translation into physical reality, makes no distinction between constructive and destructive thought impulses. So the book is telling us, basically, simple words, you have a machine in your subconscious mind, a machine which has the ability to turn thoughts into physical reality. We know it's not science, it's not precise. I cannot tell you the chemicals, the numbers, the math, the physics. But think about it, how come the human mind has been able to, throughout the times, create, invent, develop, or this great, crazy technology, inventions, thoughts, which baffle the mind of he who isn't responsible for the discovery or development. Think about that. According to the book, we have the subconscious power that allows all the thoughts, all the concepts, all the beliefs back in that subconscious mind to somehow get closer and closer to becoming a physical reality. And the more of that thought, whether it's good or bad, like it said before, destructive, the more we put of that, the more the subconscious finds a way to make that thought, that concept, a reality in the universe. Make it a reality in the universe. From the subconscious to the universe. Do you agree with that? Do you believe that we have that machine in the subconscious that makes things from our brain become a physical reality in the universe? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. And speaking about comments, you can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, IG, anywhere you see these. We have a video for this. A video, you can see it on YouTube. We have a podcast, you can listen to it on Spotify. And wherever you see this, we have in the description, we have the links. So follow us, because why not? Let us continue reading. Let us continue reading. It says in the physical equivalent, the subconscious mind, the chemical laboratory, makes no distinction between constructive and destructive thought impulses. It works with the material we feed it. Through our thought impulses. Through our thought impulses. So we feed the subconscious with our thoughts. To our thought impulses. The subconscious mind will translate into reality with thought driven by fear just as readily as it will translate into reality with thought driven by courage or faith. The pages of medical history are rich with illustrations of cases of suggestive suicide. A man may commit suicide through negative suggestion just as effectively as by any other means. In a Midwestern city, a man by the name of Joseph Grant, a bank official, borrowed a large sum of the bank's money without the consent of the directors. He lost the money through gambling. One afternoon, the bank examiner came and began to check the accounts. Grant left a short time. He was dead. Okay, so the guy got into trouble and somehow he ended up dead. The doctors pronounced the case one of mental suicide. Just as electricity will turn the wheels of industry and render useful service if used constructively, or snuff out life If wrongly used, so will the law of autosuggestion lead you to peace and prosperity or down into the valley of misery, failure, and death, according to your degree of understanding and application of it. So this law, which allows us to somehow alter, change, or have a say, have influence upon the subconscious mind, according to the philosophy of the book. Remember, not a science, but a philosophy. This, just like electricity, which is one of the forces of nature of the universe, just like that, this would, if we use it right, like electricity, help us a lot to be amazing. But if we don't understand it, like electricity as well, it can kill us. It can kill us if we use its power in the wrong manner, in the wrong way. And I think that makes sense. Don't you agree with me? Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think there's a law, just like electricity out there in the universe, which if we learn to manipulate, can allow us to turn our thoughts into physical reality? Think about it. Let us continue reading. Let us continue to read. Which leads to peace and prevail down to the valley of misery, failure, and death, according to your degree of understanding and application of it. If you fill your mind with fear, doubt, and unbelief in your ability to connect with and use the forces of infinite intelligence, the law of suggestion, of autosuggestion, will take the spirit of unbelief and use it as a pattern by which your subconscious mind will translate it into its physical equivalent. This statement is as true as the statement that 2 and 2 are 4. So 2 plus 2 is 4. That's a fact that is so true and we'll agree upon. And that statement of the mind, subconscious, translating into the physical, is also that type of truth the book is telling us. Like the wind which carries one shape east and another west, the law of autosuggestion will lift you up or pull you down, one or the other, lift up or pull down. Let's continue to read. According to the way you say your cells of thought. So thought is the way in which you direct which way you go. The law of autosuggestion, through which any person may rise to altitudes of achievement which stagger the imagination, is well described in the following verse. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain that you won't. If you don't think you can win, then you won't win. If you think you lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in a state of mind. That's the beginning of success, in the state of mind. So the state of mind. Success is in your mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. Let us leave it right there. As a cementing cat, remember, his heart, so is he. Whatever you think, you become. Your subconscious has a way to turn thoughts which have been planted deep within it into reality. And that is genius. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back. Read with us. We're gonna read the whole entire book. We have committed ourselves. Are you strong? Are you disciplined? Are you committed to grow, to think and grow rich? Are you willing to experiment with us to see whether this truly works? Are you willing to give it all? Do you have what it takes to dedicate yourself to come back and read, analyze with us everything as we read through everything and see if we think and grow rich together? Why not? Well, thank you so much. I wish you the best. We'll be back soon and keep reading with us. Think and grow rich. All for and by the people. Thank you. See you later. Take care. Goodbye.